Hello.
Hey, you want me to Deputy Potter with the Sheriff's Office? What can I do for you?
Hi, Deputy. How are you today?
Doing pretty well. How are you?
Oh, I'm hanging in there, trying to, get an understanding of my sovereignty with the government.
Sure.
Yeah,
What can I do for you?
it's been a hell of a job. From what I'm understanding is that you guys say driving is a privilege. And that is true because driving is a commercial term according to my understanding, where you guys are a corporation and owned by international bankers. And when a person is, using their right to travel, you guys force, using coercion and force people into a contract by saying that they're driving. What do you know about that? I'm trying to stomp out bullying, by the way. I believe that the government, yeah, I believe that the government's a bully. So, I'm trying to gain my sovereignty, and also I'm trying to stomp out bullying. So, what is your understanding of that?
Well, we have driving laws that have been enacted by legislators put in power by the people.
Yeah, that's for the citizens, I believe, right? United States citizens, which I believe that you become a citizen when you're born and naturalized through paperwork, called a birth certificate, which the law clearly does not say you have to fill it out. I'm probably going too fast for you.
I'm not quite sure what I can do for you. I'm not sure whether my opinion on the matter would actually change what you're thinking. Hold on just 1 second, please.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I'm just trying to find the truth. That's all.
Yeah, they haven't opened yet. That'd be great. Well, like I said, the laws are enacted by people. They're written by legislators who are elected by the people. I'm not quite sure what else you're looking for out of me.
Yeah. Well, if you're speaking legalese, the word people actually has a different meaning than the word citizen.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're understanding that.
Well, I'm just kind of wondering what I can do for you.
Yeah.
I know I've talked to you in the past, and we've had some good discussions, and I appreciate it. You're obviously very well read, and I like talking to somebody who has well formulated opinions. But I know that in our past conversations, you're more interested in changing things through the legislature, which I don't have any control over.
No, I
don't want to waste both of our time today by talking about something that I can't do.
Yeah, actually, in 1793, sovereignty devolved on the people with no one to govern them but themselves. And then Patrick Henry said the Constitution is an instrument for the people to restrain the government, not an instrument for the government to restrain the people. So by some process, which I believe is a Social Security card and birth certificate, which are contracts that enter us into a jurisdiction of the international bankers, this is where we're giving up our right to travel, and we're entering into a jurisdiction of privilege to drive, because obviously slaves don't have rights, of which I am no longer contracting with you and your corporation. I'm trying to gain an understanding between you and me so that you guys don't bully me anymore. Because I want to build a house freely. I want to exercise my God-given rights that my forefathers gave their blood for. And when I ask you a question, I am exercising the founding of my country where I am sovereign. God gave me sovereignty. You guys are trying to steal it. So I am exercising my sovereignty because I'm the king over you. Therefore, when I ask you a question, I want you to answer my question because you are established for my benefit, not the other way around.
Well, I've tried to answer your question. The problem
right.
is it's relevant as to what I actually do.
Okay. Well, then if you're
In our previous conversations, I have no control over the laws. I don't write laws, I enforce them. So your issue is going to be with the people who have initiated those contracts, not the people who enforce them.
No, not actually, because when I'm exercising my right, and then you come to me with your ignorance, and then you try to force your privilege to drive upon me, then that's where the problem arises, because now you use a gun, which is against the Constitution, because all men are created equal. So if we were on equal footing, you would have no power to force me and bully me into a contract with you. Do you see my problem? So I'm trying to gain an
I'm not trying to pull you into anything, Dwayne. So I'm not
What's
really
that?
seeing any issue here at all.
What's that?
What did I try to pull you into?
Well, I'm just saying that the government in general tries to tell you that you have a privilege to drive when that's true if you're in contract. But we have a right to travel freely unencumbered. And I believe that once people start getting a gist of this, that they have rights, you're going to lose all credibility. And I'm not saying you as a person, but as a government who cannot remain in power once the fraud is exposed. And I think that's why you guys are so resistant against questioning and so resistant against us being the sovereign, because you guys will lose your power over us. And so,
Any way that you want to be, Dwayne. I don't have an issue with that. I don't have a problem with questioning. The
Okay.
issue that I have with questioning is relevance.
yeah. Well, what I'm
I can
saying,
talk all day long about constitutional issues, and it's not going to change my relationship with you. I have a job to uphold the law, and that's what I'm here to do. So
that's unethical.
it's not Second Amendment rights all day long, but we're not going to get anywhere.
That's
if there's no
unethical.
power to change the Second Amendment.
Yeah, well, that's unethical, Mr. Potter. Whenever you take a paycheck to sell out your neighbor and force your privileges on him, that's unethical. I'm learning that's bankrupted mindset, because the law is made to punish the unrighteous, and I am more righteous than you because, first of all, I say gold and silver is money, not fiat currency, which we currently use and you use. Your government uses that to continue their operations at the expense of my children. So my laws actually exceed your laws. I'm more righteous than you. And then here you are trying to say that you want to force laws upon me. Laws are for unrighteous people, Mr. Potter. They're not for righteous people.
What can I do for you today?
Well, like I said, when a person is exercising their right to travel, I believe that when you say that they have a privilege to drive, you are forcing a contract on them. Is that true? You are forcing them into your jurisdiction where you have power to take your gun and to coerce them and to force them into under your power. That's called bullying. Is that true or false?
You own a bicycle?
Is that true or false?
Wait, you own a bicycle?
I'm asking you a question. Why are you not allowing me to have my rightful standing in this country?
You have the right to travel.
If
You have your feet. You can catch a bus. The right to drive is not the only way to travel. It's an option, and if you're going to exercise that option, then yes, there are certain guidelines you have to follow.
Yeah, I think you're diverting. You're diverting off of my line of questioning, Mr.
So,
Potter.
Dwayne, is there something that I can help you with? I've got plenty of other things I need to get done today. And I'd love to help you if I can, but if we're just going to have a circular conversation, I don't think it's going to get either all of us anywhere.
You know what, Mr. Potter? We want our rights back. And you know what? We're going to get them just like our forefathers did. Because we have God on our side and we have truth. And you are refusing to give out the truth, Mr. Potter. I've tried repeatedly, but you guys just don't listen.
Sure.
All right?
All right. Well, thank you very much for the conversation, and you try to have a good day.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Potter. Bye.